This is Jean Moore with More Than Sports. I am here with class of 2022 three-star quarterback from Jefferson High School, Dondre Fair Jr. Dondre, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So we're just going to get right into the questions here. You're a dual threat quarterback. When did you actually start playing quarterback?
I started back in like fifth grade. I started playing football in second grade. I was mostly playing running back, just like I was so athletic. And I played up like second grade, playing up with the third and fourth graders. And then they moved me to quarterback because I had a big arm. I could throw far. I could throw accurate. So I started
Mhm.
playing that. And I've always been like athletic in the backfield. I never really like learned the mechanics or anything. I actually started knowing the knowledge for quarterback, and like I fixed my mechanics just recently, like middle of quarantine. So like I'm like fresh to it, new to it, starting to get it down.
Well, and you are being recruited, but
hmm
you're being recruited by some colleges as a DB, as a defensive back. So tell me a little bit about that, and kind of what are you wanting to be recruited as?
I want to be recruited. I'm a quarterback. I'm not going to play any other position but quarterback. But like mostly all the colleges, they see my potential at quarterback, but I really haven't like had any film to like prove myself that I'm an actual quarterback. We didn't really pass the ball a lot last season, and like I said, my mechanics were kind of off. I was new to the position, haven't really played it like that. Never like learned from anybody. But
Mhm.
like the schools offering like trying to give me offers for DB. They're also interested me for quarterback, but like I feel like I can get an immediate offer if I was to accept it for defense, but I'm not interested in football if I'm going to be playing defense. That's not what I'm in love with. I'm in love with quarterback, so I'd rather
Mhm.
wait on it and like get that long term quarterback offer rather than just taking an offer and being greedy because I just want the offer.
Right. Well, and that's important too. You got to go with what you love. And
Yeah.
if quarterback is what you love, then that's what you need to play. And you just started, learning the mechanics, like you said, and you're already a three-star. So that says a lot about your talent and ability. So what do you think is one of your strengths as a quarterback?
I'm just like I'm very hard to take down. I'm hard to tackle. Um, I can go on a run in the pocket. I can like basically like do a lot, and
Mhm.
I feel like it's like it just makes the defense struggle. They never know what's coming at them. It could be a run, a pass, and like it just gets the shifting defense around, open their offense up more.
And now, what's one of your strengths as a person?
Um, I'm just like I'm a quick learner. I'm a very quick learner. Like I said, I just started like learning like the mechanics and stuff. How to get things down fast. I'm a very smart student, and like yeah, catching on to things like my thing.
hmm So, aside from the sport you play, aside from football, what's your favorite sport?
I love basketball. I always thought I'd be a basketball player. I used to travel on the EYBL circuit, playing against like national teams. I played for a national team. I got looked at a lot in basketball as like one of the top players at one point. And I guess like I came to Jefferson and football, I just fell in love with it. I've always been in love with football. It was never like really my primary. Basketball always was, but football took over.
And so, what is it about football that you love?
I can't explain it. It's just I love the most thing I love is just like the grind. I love grinding, getting better every day. I just like love seeing my progress from like where I started and like each day I'm just getting better. That's my favorite part about it. And it's
hmm
the fact that you can just go out there. It's an emotional sport. You can like let a lot of things out without getting in trouble. So it's like,
It's definitely an outlet.
yeah, I love it.
And now you train and play for Team Lillard 7-on-7 as well. How do you think that has helped your game?
Uh, it helped a lot. I only played like in like two tournaments. That's it. My whole like football career. I never really played 7-on-7, and just from those two tournaments, it just helped me a lot. Like 7-on-7, I'm a dual threat. I love throwing the ball, but like it forced me to sit in the pocket and actually move my eyes around, finding the open man, and like just doing that just like made me a better quarterback.
hmm And training with Houston as well, who he's a quarterback. And so how has that helped you training with somebody like that that's been there and has been successful at that position? How has that helped you training with him?
It helped a lot. He's my head coach, my quarterback trainer, the team leader head coach. So I'm always around him constantly. Every time I'm playing, he's there giving me tips. Like it's just like I'm just around a great QB, learning from him, and like any mistakes I do, he fixes. It's just it just makes it easier for me being around somebody that played and had the experience at the position, especially
Mm-hmm.
being a smaller quarterback like I am.
Mm-hmm. Because how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay. Um, and I think that is important. It's not somebody that hasn't played that position before. He's definitely played it. He knows it. He can definitely help you, and it sounds like he has. So that's great. Um, Now you're a 4.0 student. How hard is it to balance school and football?
Uh, it's just all about time management and like just like balancing football and school. You can't just forget about school. Like it's like I know practice is hard and everything. You get sore, you get tired, but you got to be on track with school. And also having like a great relationship with your teachers. When you do get stuck in
Mhm.
those situations, having a great relationship with them, like showing them that you're hard working, that you care about school, also gives you some more like leeway and like you get away with more things sometimes. That's just like a special tip. Yeah.
And I think that's a great tip. Actually, nobody has said that yet on my show. And I think that's huge because if you're showing them that you're serious, they are going to help you and they are going to see that you are serious about your grades. And, there are times where they might give you a little bit more leeway, which is very helpful. So, what's one thing that people may not know about you?
I'm just a nerd. I love school. I'm like one of those kids that everybody asks to help with homework, to send the homework screenshots. I love school. And
What's your
I'm just
favorite
like
subject?
I love math. Math is like by
Okay.
far.
Hmm. Okay. So,
Yeah.
what's one thing that you want them to know about you?
Um let's see. One thing they may not okay, hold on. Uh man, I don't even know. I think a lot of people, the people that I do know, like they get me. It's
Hmm.
not like it's not like really a lot to explain about myself. I'm an introvert. I don't really talk a lot off the field. I'm a shy person.
Hmm.
That's one thing that they may not know.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's about.
Now, like you just said, and I think that's super important that you're an introvert off the field. So, on the field, as a quarterback, what do you think makes a good leader on and off the field? So, on the field, what do you think makes a good leader?
On the field, I'm a quarterback. I have to be vocal, so I have to come. I'm forced to come on my shield. I got comfortable. When I'm on the field. It's different from being off the field, like out in the world. It's just
Mhm.
I'm a whole another person. I'm locked in, like leading my teammates. And the most important thing is leading by example, especially in the classroom. When they see you
Mhm.
doing things, they're gonna follow along. Especially being on the higher end. As a junior, we have a young team, so I'm one of the older players. They're definitely gonna look up to me. What I do, they'll do. So leading by
Mhm.
example is like one of those important things. And also picking up my teammates, making sure that their head's always up. Like, yeah, that's the like main strength of
Mhm.
quarterback, managing your team.
And that's huge. I think it's huge to be that leader, um, verbally, like you said, making sure that your team stays up, but also by example, you know, working hard in practice, working hard in the classroom, which is what you do. I mean, um, you're a great leader just by the things that you do, and you're an even better leader by the things that you say, and also the things you do. So I think that you definitely have the right mindset. That quarterback is pretty much the leader of the team. So sounds like you got it down and you know what you're doing. And, these kids can look up to you and learn a lot from you. And I think that's important.
Hmm.
So what's your dream for the future?
I wanna get a full ride scholarship, play Division I football, and my dream is to go to the NFL after that. And haven't really figured out what I want to major in college yet, but like I said, I'm interested in math, so something that involves that is definitely like what I'll be looking for to.
Hmm. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
49ers.
Okay. And who's your favorite player?
I don't have a favorite player, but the quarterbacks I like to watch. I like Lamar Jackson a lot, Russell Wilson. I love watching Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees.
Hmm. Yeah, those are all good. And those are all good guys, off the field as
Yeah.
well. They seem like they are good examples for their team and for the fans as well. So I think those are people that you can definitely look up to. Um, so if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Oh, that's tough. I've never been out the country, so I would definitely go somewhere out of the U.S. Probably like somewhere like the Bora Bora. Nice
Hmm.
atmosphere, nice like just a visual, like getaway space. That would be nice. Always like wanted to go there.
Hmm. Yeah, that's somewhere tropical is always nice.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself? And you've kind of said some things, but how would you describe yourself, the person?
Uh, I'm like a responsible person. I'm always on time to things. I take everything serious. I'm dedicated in everything I do. If I do something, I'm going to continue it out until the end. Whatever, if I like it or not, I'm dedicated to everything I do. Um,
Mhm.
like I said, I take school serious. I'm a smart kid, and like I said, I'm an introvert, very shy person off the field, and that's pretty much me.
Well, and those are great qualities. It's you seem like you have it all together and that you're always going to have obstacles and things that come up. There's always going to be some things that you have to overcome, but it sounds like you are very mature for your age. Being a junior, you are very well rounded. You're great in school, you're great on the field. Um, so let's talk about yesterday. You guys had your first game.
Yep.
First of all, how important was it for you to have a season this year?
It was very important. Like this year is my year to like just show that I can like I'm built for the quarterback position and nothing else. Like I want to prove to people that I can play the position, and I think that also that I want to prove that I'm one of like the top quarterbacks in the country, not just a quarterback. I'm one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and just
Mhm.
showing that I can throw the ball and use my feet just as well.
Because like I said at the very beginning, you're a dual threat quarterback.
Yes.
So you like to pass, but you like to run as well.
Yes.
So it does make you dangerous.
Very.
So talk to me about the game yesterday. How did it go? For those of you that don't know, what was the score and what was it like being on the field again with your teammates, suited up, ready to play?
Uh, First, the score was 13-0. We had a lot of penalties, a lot of touchdowns called back. It felt kind of funny out there. Like we haven't played in about 18 months. It felt like a dream. Like we weren't actually playing. It took me a long time to process it. I had to get hit a couple of times just to get in the game, to get the feeling again. But other than that, we were kind of rusty and stuff. Like we really started at a short notice. Only had like 2 weeks of practice to prepare for a game. It was definitely like a matter of who's in shape and who's not. But I feel like we're gonna clean everything up that we messed up on the game. We already had a film session today. We're gonna look way better than we did yesterday. Next week against Barlow.
Okay. What is your ultimate goal for your life besides the NFL? Like after the NFL is done and over, like what's your ultimate goal for your life?
Um, I just want to be a role model, someone that people can look up to, and just a positive figure in the community.
Hmm. And how do you hope to do that?
Uh, definitely like definitely I'll be coming back and visiting like where I'm from and giving back like fundraisers, anything I can do to help out because there's like a lot of like tragedies that goes on over here where I stay, and it's like coming back like people know me. I'm kind of like known in this area, so like coming back when I'm older, just like showing my face at least, giving back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How has quarantine helped you? Or do you think it has helped you?
It's helped. It's helped. It helped. Helped me like figure out who I am. I discovered like a lot of new things about myself. Like um, I worked a lot over quarantine.
Mhm.
Um, hmm, like it's just so much to like just like to answer. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's helped. It's been a while. Quarantine's been going
Mhm.
on for a while, and it just helped me grow as a person.
That's good because there's always going to be negative things that come up. Quarantine has definitely been one of those, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But to find the positives is huge. Like you said, finding out who you were as a person, that's huge. Because at the end of the day, football doesn't define you,
Yeah.
and so to figure that out young and to figure out who you are aside from football, um, it almost makes it all worth it.
Hmm.
I think sometimes a lot of people kind of combine those two together. The sport with who they are and who they, the sport they play defines them. So if they can't play that sport anymore, they're messed up because they don't know who they are. So, that's great that you really got to figure that out and the quarantine kind of made you sit back and realize that. So that's great. Do you have any advice for anybody watching that might be say that they are being recruited for a position that isn't their dream? Do you have any advice?
What I would say, like the position I'm in right now, I have nobody that believes in me right now that believes I can make it as a quarterback. But I just know I believe. I'm like very spiritual. I know
Mm-hmm.
that God's got me, He's watching me, and like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So like whatever you feel like you love, just go for it. Don't ever let nobody tell you otherwise, because you can do whatever you set your mind to do, and
Mm-hmm.
just block out all the doubters. Don't ever let that get in your head. That used to bother me a lot. That's another thing quarantine helped me with, just like blocking out negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you'll be okay.
Yeah, because you know what? There's going to be people like that don't believe in you. And if you believe in yourself and you put in the work, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what people say or what they think. If that's your dream, I'm big, big, big on people following their dreams. You're never too young, you're never too old. Um, I've had experience with that doing the show. I didn't start this until 3 years ago. So, um, I'm huge on that. And so for you to say that is so big because it doesn't, if you know what you want, and you can succeed at it, it doesn't matter what people say.
Correct.
So, God does have you, and He always has a plan. So you just got to stick with that and know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's amazing. So that's great advice. Um, I thank you so much for being on the show, Dondre. I know it's a busy week with football, and you said before that today was kind of your rest day, but then you said that you guys had film today, so it's your life is crazy right now.
Yeah,
So thank
gotta
you,
deal with
thank
it.
you so much
Thank
for
you for
being on
having
the
me.
show. Absolutely, my pleasure. And maybe next year when you have all those great offers, even more offers, then we'll talk again.
Yes, those will be coming in real soon.
Yes, they will. I don't have a doubt in my mind. So thank you again so much. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gina Moore with More Than Sports.